Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna change the front brakes on a Volkswagen Atlas. This job is pretty easy. First of all, you can place the jack on the pinch wheel of the front wheel right there. And don't forget to put a jack stand behind it. So first of all, on this car I didn't have it, but you can have some plastic cover on the bolt. You have a tool on the trunk. You just have to enter it in the hole and pull, just like this. I really recommend this tool because this is pretty cheap on Amazon and it does a pretty good job. So this is a 17 bucks to remove it. So the problem with those brakes, you see the strike right there, the black mark. Those brake discs are toast because they are wavy, so we're gonna change the disc, and the pad is not that bad, but we're gonna do a great job and change both. The first part I recommend you to do is to remove this torque right there. This is a T30, and you can always take a pick and try to remove the dust in it. Okay. And by the way, don't forget to put a lot of anti-seize on this bolt, and I recommend you just to place in place, but not a torque that bolt, because in the future you're gonna have some buildup of rust in it and it's gonna be a nightmare to remove. But you can always have the option to drill it until you're gonna cut the head of the bolt. So after that you're gonna be able to remove the disc without any issues. And now to have a better access through the brake, we're gonna turn the steering wheel to have a nice access behind right there, just like this. Perfect. So now you get a nice access to the back of the Caliper. Okay, so now you will need a 17mm, and in this case I cannot fit a 17mm. I don't know why. I need a 18, but at the bottom a 17 goes really well. Okay, so now you want to just start the bolt because you don't want to remove completely this bolt. You just want to break those two free, and after that you can remove it. You will see why. Hey. And now you're gonna see this damper goes to the top of the caliper because the bottom didn't have this big piece of metal. You just want to start the bolt, not remove it like I do, because it's gonna hold the caliper in place when you unbolt it. And by the way, I'm sorry for my English because my first language is French. Okay, that's it. Okay, so you got your two bolts, and now you can pry out the caliper. If you have some difficulties, you can always take a huge pry bar and pry like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove the caliper. You can place it on the top right there, and I recommend you to do that before anything, because if your piston goes wrong, you're not going to be able to push back this piston, and you're going to have to reinstall the old stuff and get a new caliper. So first of all, always push back those pistons. And now you can take a pad like this and place a tool that you can buy on Amazon. This is pretty cheap. It comes with a nice set, but you can always take a plier with a C plier and press the piston back. But I really like this tool. You're gonna see how much easy it is with this tool. I think they call it a caliper piston push. So I compress it slowly on a side, and I will do the same on the other side. You have to push back this piece to you, and now you can compress it easily. It should go very smoothly inside of the piston. And if you force a lot, it can mean that you have some rust or some issues with the piston. And I got a nice video about that you can rebuild your piston yourself at home. So I'm gonna put the link of this video on the description. Okay, so now I cannot turn it anymore. This is great because if you don't push it completely at the maximum, you're not gonna be able to put it on the new plaquettes, the new pads. Sorry, this is my French that came back. So now when you inspect your pads, okay, you want to see an even wear. I'm gonna show you. In this case, the side with the piston is always more worn out because this is where they got a lot of pressure, and you want to have a nice and flat wear like this, because if a side is more wear than this side, that means that your slider right there goes wrong. Okay, and now I'm gonna take this nice bracket and I'm gonna attach it to the spring right there. So don't let this caliper at the end of the hose, because this is pretty heavy, sorry, and you're gonna break this hose. Okay, don't do that. And now I'm gonna grease those slider pin. This is exactly what you want to see. They move freely, and now you can pry out, clean it, and now with some grease you can grease those pads. This is silicone paste, and now you don't want to put grease at the top and not in the boot. Just want to grease all around it, just like this. And make sure that you hear the click, because you want this boot to be really sealed all around the bolt, because if it's not completely fit, you're gonna have moisture inside of it, and the next and after a winter, I guarantee you that your slider pin is gonna be seized. And when those slider pin seize, you're gonna destroy your pad, because they're gonna be stuck on a position. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same on the bottom. And I don't know if you see this one, they didn't got it, but this one got a kind of plastic sleeve at the end. This is to reduce vibration, but you can put it anywhere. Okay, just like this, and you can turn the slider to be sure that the grease is even everywhere. Okay, so now we are ready to remove this bracket, and you will need a 21 socket to remove those two iron bolts at the back of it. If they are stuck, use heat. This is your best friend. Okay, didn't want to go. I'll try the other one. Okay, nice. Don't panic at this moment. I'm gonna use a breaker bar. Remove it with the breaker bar. Okay, nice. That's the sound I want to hear. And the other one. Okay, perfect. So now we can remove it easily with the impact driver. That's it, and it's off. So now, in the best scenario, your caliper, your disc will fall out, but this is really rare, sorry. And I make the mistake at the other side. I placed some stuff all under it, and when the disc came out, it falls into it. So take a hammer And at this moment you panic, okay? You call your mom and you cry. No. Don't be scared to tap on it. The worst scenario, you can break the disc, but I got a really nice video on how to get off this situation with a bolt right there that you're gonna place and force at the back of the caliper to make a lot of pressure all around it. But sometimes you have to beat it a couple of minutes to get it out. But make sure that you have removed this bolt at the front. Don't forget. Okay, so now I cannot turn the disc. You can put the car on neutral to give you the chance to spin the disc, but if you do that, make sure to put the handbrake at the back because the car can fall. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the car in neutral and try to turn this disc, or you can lift the front of the car, and at this moment, if the both wheel are not touching the ground, you're gonna be able to turn it. And now the car is on neutral and I can turn the disc. Turn it a little bit. Turn a little bit. That's it. But if you got a lot of problem with that, go straight forward with my method with the bolt right there. That method is fantastic. Okay, so this disc is really mad. Okay, we're gonna clean this surface. This is the reason why I got so much difficulties to remove it, and now we're gonna make sure that never again it will happen with some I like to use some copper anti-seize. I'm kidding. Okay, now I'm gonna use some brake cleaner, just like that. I'm gonna give it the time to dry a little bit, like this. And now you're gonna use your favorite brand of anti-seize and give it a nice coat of it. And don't forget this part. And you don't want to go crazy with that because you want your disc to be very flat. If you got a too thick right there, the disc can wobble if it not sit correctly on the hub. Okay, so now it's your guarantee that the next time you're gonna have fun. Okay, and now I'm gonna put back the new disc in place. Okay, so now you can place your disc with this little hole, with the little hole right there, and put some anti-seize on your little bolt that I told you about it before. And now those new discs, they not got oil film on it, so you just can put it on without take brake cleaner and clean it. This disc is completely dry because it came with a bag, and this is sealed from the air. Okay, so now I'm gonna place it just like this. Okay, and now, whoops, I hate Volkswagen. And now gently, and I'm gonna try to put some anti-seize on the seat of the bolt because I don't want to get rust behind the bolt. So just like this, that's enough. You don't want to turn that. This bolt is just there to hold the disc when you work on it, so don't go crazy with that. Okay, so now we're gonna be ready to reinstall this bracket, but before I'm gonna remove those old brackets. and place new one. Don't put those on the garbage. Sometimes they are better than the aftermarket, so I always try new before and see if it goes well, and in some case I put back the old one. Okay, so this is simple, just have to press and make sure the fit is good right there. Okay, so now we're gonna put back the big ass bolt right there. That's a good idea to brush it if you see a lot of rust like this one. And some people will put some Loctite. I don't want to do that. I prefer to use anti-seize, because with the good spec, I'm gonna put the torque spec on the screen, but to be honest, you just have to tighten it really hard and it's fine. Just like this. So do not worry about the feature with anti-seize. And those bolts are 21 millimeters. And now I'm gonna put the torque spec on the screen, but I'm gonna use my torque spec click. Click. And now the pads. You will apply a thick coat right here. I'm kidding. Just apply a thin coat at each end. Don't go crazy with that, because you don't want to have a nice buildup of dust, and you want to those plackets, those pads, sorry, to move freely. And now I struggle a little bit on the other side. I hope in the camera it will be fine, but sometimes you just have to struggle a little bit to fit the pads, and you can say a couple of bad words to help you. Okay, that's it. So this one is on place. Some people will put a little bit of anti-seize at the back. That's optional, but it's not really necessary, because there's a kind of plate at the back to protect around against rust. Okay, and now at the front, okay, like this. This is pretty. And now I'm gonna put back the caliper in place. And now be careful to make sure that your line is not twist. And now we can fit it just on top of it. Put a little bit of anti-seize on it. The damper goes at the top. Just like this. And the bottom. And now just tight really well. That's enough. And now on the top, oops, okay, a little more. That's it. Okay, so that's it. The back is tight. Those two bolts are tight. You can always bleed your caliper if you want. That's optional. but I always change my brake fluid at every 2 years because this fluid got a lot of moisture in it with the time. But don't forget, when you're gonna sit back on the car, you have to push the brake before start it a couple of times, that even you have to feel that the pedal is hard before to put it on park, because it takes times to the fluid to goes inside of the two cylinder. So you have 4 of them at the front. So if you put the car and drive without do it, you're gonna have no brake the time that you have to push it back, the time that the fluid goes inside of those 2 chamber. So this is it, guys. Please subscribe to the channel, leave me a thumbs up, and have a good day.